Okay students, so welcome back to another video. In today's video we'll be doing some more questions related to circle theorem, as we have done in the previous video as well. I have discussed the complete concept of circle theorem along with few past paper questions in the previous video. If you want to learn the concept first, you can see that video, but in this video we'll just continue with doing some more questions of past paper. You can see in this question all of the information is projected in a very good manner, but let us just read this question once. If there is some other information, TU is the tangent of the circle at D. So this TU is this tangent of the circle, we know, and the DA is parallel to CB. So this line and this line are parallel to each other, and we have to get x and y. Okay, be very careful about this thing whenever you see parallel lines in a question, and whenever the question says that these lines are parallel, this has something to do with that parallel line theorems like alternate angles, corresponding angles. Make that concept in your mind as well, that we are going to use this thing somewhere. Okay, so for x, let me just check. Okay, x is very easy to find. You can see that x is 38. Why? Because 38 is the alternate segment of x. So x is 38. Why? Because of alternate segment. Alternate segment. If you want to revise this property, I'll just show you once more that what are alternate segment. For example, we have a tangent that is cutting a triangle, and the one end of the triangle is on the tangent, the other end of the triangle is on the other two ends are on the circumference of the triangle, and you can clearly see that the angle of triangle will be equal to the angle of opposite chord and the tangent. Whatever the opposite chord and tangent are making the angle, that angle would be equal to this angle, because this is alternate segment of this x. This segment is opposite to x. So whatever this chord and this tangent is making, that would be equal to this angle as well. For example, if this is 30, the x would also be 30. So see, in this question we can see that this is opposite chord of x and this is the tangent. Whatever this chord and tangent are making, that angle would be exactly the same like x. So if this is 38, x would also be 38. This theorem is known as alternate segment. So x is 38. Now what about y? To get y, let me see what we can do. Yes, okay, again the thing that was already mentioned in the question, that was the hint was already given by the question, parallel. So we can see how it works. So I can say if this angle is 38, this angle is also 38. But why? Because this angle and this angle are alternate angles of each other. Now what is alternate angle? If you know, if you have studied the concept of parallel line and transversal line, you would be able to just get it by single click. But let me explain a bit of it to you if some of you don't know about it. So whenever you have a parallel line and there is a cutting line that cuts your parallel line, this angle and this angle are alternate angles of each other. One is lying on the left side of the line and the other one is lying on the right side of the line. One is below the line and the other one is above the line. So if you just want to remember this property by some shape, these angles make Z shape with each other. Whenever you see a Z shape, parallel line, cutting line, and then again parallel line, there would be alternate angles and they would always be same. So if you want to check it from here, you can see that this angle, parallel line, cutting line, and parallel line again. So these angles are making Z shape with each other. So this and this are alternate segment of each other and they would always be equal. So this angle is 38. but still we are not close to y. We can't get y, we need some other angle as well. For example, if we are able to get this angle, then there would be a triangle, and angles of triangle add up to 180, so we will subtract these two angles from the from 180 and we'll get y. So how can I get this angle now? Again, a very prominent thing over here, you can see that we have a cyclic quadrilateral over here. So if we know the property of cyclic quadrilateral, that opposite angles add up to 180. So if this angle is 60, then this angle would be 120, and they will both add up to 180. So now we can see that we have a triangle now, and we know two angles of triangle. So if we subtract these two angles from 180, we'll get y. So I am just subtracting the sum of 120 and 38 from 180, and I'll get 22 degrees. So y is equals to 22 degrees. And what is the reason for it? Angles of triangle add up to 180. Now this is another question. In this question there are three triangles, ABC, DEF and GHK. All the vertices of the triangle are lying on the circle, and they are asking for which length of these triangle is the diameter of the circle. Which length out of these all lengths is the diameter? So for this, let me calculate the missing angles first. This is 8 and this is 82. So this would be 90, because angles in triangle add up to 180. This is 94, this is 6, so this would be 80. Okay, if I see, then this length would be the diameter. Now why is this length the diameter? Why not the other lengths? There is a property, there is a theorem that the angle of triangle opposite to the diameter is 90. So the angle of the triangle opposite to the diameter is 90. We can see that in our case, this is the 90 angle, so the length which is opposite to it would be the diameter. So DE is the diameter. Coming to the next question. Okay, this question, in this question we have AB as a tangent, and the line A, B and C, D are parallel to each other. So these two lines are parallel to each other, and AB is the tangent of the circle, and BED is 68 degree. Now what the question is demanding for, the question is saying to get CDE. We have to get the angle CDE, and we have to give the reason as well. So CDE is this angle. If you can see that I have discussed it just now in the previous question, this is parallel line, cutting line and parallel line. That means alternate angles. So if this angle is 68, then this angle would be also 68. So angle CD is 68, and the reason for it is alternate angle. So 1 mark is for the answer and 1 mark is for the reason. So don't practice the questions without reason, even if the question is asking or not. Just practice the reasons with the question as well. Now DEF. DEF is basically this small angle. And how can we get it? There is a very common and easy property that says the radius and tangent make 90 degree. So radius and tangent meet at 90 degrees. So if the remaining angle is 68, then we subtract 68 from 90 and we will get 22. So this angle, small angle, is 22. Coming back to the space, DEF would be 22, and the reason for it is a radius and tangent meet at, or make, you can write anything, make 90 degree. So 90 subtracted by 68 will give you 22 degrees. 2 marks, 1 for the answer, 1 for the reason. Now EFD, and write down the further geometrical properties needed to find EFD. Okay, EFD is basically easy to find. You can see this is an angle, and opposite to this angle of triangle we have a chord and a tangent which are making 68 degree, and this is the alternate segment of it. So 68 is the answer because of alternate segment property. So 68 is the angle EFD, and the reason that how we get 68 is because of the alternate segment. So one geometrical property that helped us to get EFD is 68 degree, and there's another way to get this angle as well. Let me discuss that method with you as well. So alternate segment property. Now what is the other method? If you can see, we have just discussed the property that angle of triangle opposite to the diameter would be 90 degree. So this is the angle opposite to the diameter, so this would be 90 degree, and we have just calculated this angle. This is 22 degrees, so this is making a triangle, and you can see the angles in triangle add up to 180. So you'll just subtract 90 and 22 from 180 and you'll get 68 as an answer again. So the another geometrical property which helped us to find EFD is angle in triangle add up to 180. So 180 subtracted from 90, sum of 92 and 22 will give you 68 again. So this is another thing. 3 marks, 2 for the reasons, 1 for the answer, and total question holds the marks of 7. So you secured your 7 marks after doing it. If you want me to attach the links of all the questions related to this topic, just let me know in the comments. I will just attach the link of Google Drive, and you can get the worksheets from there as well. And if you want me to explain some more question, let me know. Thanks for watching the video. Take care. Allah Hafiz.